Hello kitties. Welcome to Quick Make Some Noise. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to just work with a standard boring drum beat that I found in Cubase for free. Well, free with Cubase. It's a pop rock beat. It's number 1. It's 90 BPM and it's dry. Very, very dry. Let's have a quick listen. So, yeah, there you have it. Fascinating. Now, the only thing I've got on this, here's the drum beat, is all this other stuff is the video stuff. The only thing I've got on there is a brick wall limiter set to -4.2, auto release, and that's just so when it goes out, it gets sent out of my system, out to an SPL Gold mic, and then back in to the capture software for the video. That's just the level the Gold mic likes, so it's just so that doesn't get too crazy. If I play the beat, you can see it's currently applying no gain reduction. So as I start messing with it, I don't want to cause any trouble. I don't want to blow anything. I've also got another brick wall sat at -1.1. Again, auto release, and that's on my S bus. And again, that is just to protect my S bus. Although apparently it's not working very well. Let's keep an eye on that. So that's that. So what can we do with this beat? I have no idea. So let's try some things. So many options. All right, top of my head. Let's have a look at what with a little bit of Decimort. This is a D16 plugin. So let's see. Let's pick vintage sampler. Why not? We'll go strong. That is very different. That's definitely different. It's kind of cool. Let's go off that. Grit box. Gritty. Ooh, I like that. Oh, come on. Let's turn down the wet dry mix. Here we've got the wet dry. Let's blend it back in. Kind of nice right there. That's cool. I like that. Let's try applying it a different way. Slow that off. Let's add an effects channel, stereo. We don't need to put an effect on it. It's going to go to that. So. Cubase, these are called effects channels. On Pro Tools, I think they're called aux. I don't know what else they could be called. Let's just call this. My effects channels have to be green or my brain can't cope. So let's send that out. And I'm just going to lift that. A bit lazy. Here we go. So let's do it this way. So when we do it this way, we're going to put full wet. So now I have both the dry and the wet. And at the moment, if I do this, it gets very, very quiet. Yeah. But if I flick it from post fader to pre-fader, now we still get the signal. It's a bit hot. It's a lot hot. Let's just copy that brick wall. So that should be... It's doing a lot of work for us though. If you want to copy plugins across on Cubase, just press Shift and Alt, and then you can just carry them across. Otherwise, they won't duplicate. If I just do that, yeah. It's kind of cool. Let's bring this back in. So, let's take a little bit out of that. Blend it down. Do that. It's kind of cool. I kind of like that. It's kind of fun. Let's see what's going on here. So I'm a little concerned about my lows. We can cheat for a minute. I think you'll be able to hear this. But the lows are a bit rubbish. So let's have a look. How can we handle that? So we're going up pre-fader. So let's just come in on here. We're going to move the pre-fader for a minute. We don't need to worry about the brick. So now that brick wall is not affecting the sends to the Decimort. It's being sent before that. So this line indicates when it will go to the Decimort. So I'm just going to move this down a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of sub to this bass, but I don't want it to go to Decimort. Not interested in that. So I'm just going to mute that for a minute. We're going to go Wave Submarine. So let's just pull this full mid. Well, let's see what the hell we go actually. Wow. That is a stunning amount of nothing. Let's see what we can find. It's minus 6.3. Let's just turn it up. Oh, there is something in there. I don't know if that's my headphones. I have no idea what you're actually hearing now. Just sending something out. Let's see if I can find something. You know, I've never used this headphone with this plugin with headphones. I always use my sub, my lovely Genelex sub. Oh, I can barely hear that. I think we need that. I'd probably play with this usually, but with headphones, I have no idea what it's doing. Let's just crank this sucker. Oh, it's cranked. take it out. Okay, so that's a little bit of sub. Let's get a little bit of dynamics going on. It's better. And a little bit of drive. Try the mono. Oh. Okay. Let's blend in a bit. Take it out. I don't know if you can hear that, it's just giving it a little bit of weight. That's better, let's bring that back in. And try that back down to 6.3. Take that out. That's nice. So it's giving it a little bit. Let's just see what's feeding the Decimort. Let's go in. Okay, so this is a plugin called Equilibrium by DMG Audio. That's better. I think if I press shift it'll move slower. What's great about this is it gives you different choices of filter slope. So I've got a Butterworth at the moment, it's very musical. So let's try best out. No, critical. Like that. Go back to Butterworth. It's quite nice. That's weird. But honestly prefer that. That's nice. I don't know if it needs anything at the top or not. We'll have a go. See what happens. And this is just correcting the feed to the Decimort. So let's have a look. Let's put another bottle at the top. That's alright. That's it. So let's try a smoother slope. What's 18? No, that's 6. I don't like that, 12. Alright, let's just try that mid only. Oh, that's weird. Go back to stereo. Go to mid. Sort of messing with a bit. Oh, we'll keep it like that. What this is doing here, the low, if I take it out, is it's cleaning out that low thump. You don't want to double up on that too much. Doesn't usually help. Well, maybe it do sometimes, but That's kind of nice. All right, this is a very, very dry drum track. So let's see about adding some reverb. So we're gonna add another effects channel. You got different choices of drum reverb. Do you want to go stereo, mono? I don't know. Because it's a full drum kit, we'll stick with stereo. And we're going to go with the, if I can type, the Valhalla Vintage Verb, because I've just got it and I love it. So I'm just going to call that Val Verb. See that's going on like that. Let's make that green so my brain can cope. Lovely. That's going where? Mixed SPL, that's right. So what I want to try is, rather than sending the kit, I'm going to just send the Decimort to the Valhalla. And see how that sounds. So this is just, I'll set it up so they can both go. Just the Decimort. Oh my God, that's awesome. I love that. Let's just try it with the kit. Well, that's boring. Right, well, I think we can all agree we don't need any of that. Here we go. I think I'm going to pee myself. Oh, man. I could just leave it like that. All right. I don't even want to touch it. I just love it too much. Do we have presets? How do we get presets? Presets. Presets. I don't know, man. Designer presets. Done, gun, you diabolical bastard. Have we got a drum thing? Oh, we got a lot of snare things. Snare things, nothing. Short drum room. I'm short. That'll work. Ugh. Well, that's rubbish. Don't like that at all. Darn gun, you failed us. Medium drum room. It's positively conservative. It's quite nice though. Splashy drums. Okay, anyway. I see where he's going with that. I do. I understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it. And huge spacers. Medieval. Okay, that might not work. Just a minute. This says Blade Runner. Blade Runner. Oh yeah, Blade Runner. Yes! We do have some sustain issues on that. Oh my God. What happens if I put on K at neutral? Oh, that's kind of weird. Ooh, dirty plate. Random space. That's kind of cool, that. What else have we got here? I quite like that, actually. Let's go for the... I always get bored by the idea of gated. That is quite cool. Let's go with tight ambience gate. Chambers. Chaotic. Look at all that. Oh man. What have we got? Huge guitar space. Keep that for later. Right, so I'm kind of loving that bit. Let's see if we increase the pre-delay. Now, one thing you can do with pre-delays if you want to mess about. I'm looking at my phone now because I need to check something. Is that you can go based on the actual BPM. If my phone will start working. Yeah, okay. Oh, it just keeps on giving. So we're at a BPM of 90. So this is rubbish video because you can't see what I'm doing. But I have something on my phone which is from NPL Audio or something, which is a delay calculator. So if I calculate, say, an eighth note, or a quarter note. So 90 BPM, a quarter note is 66 milliseconds, 666. It's the number of the beast. Ooh. Will it do that? It doesn't quite do it. All right, let's just have some hands. Oh, that sounds terrible. Let's go to an eighth note. I wonder if that'll be 33. Yes, that's how my brain works. If a half note is 666, I know what an eighth note is. Yeah, this is terrible. Let's try and get a little bit less silly with it. So let's go with this. So let's try like a 30-second note. What's that? Let's try. I'm not saying this is a good idea. This may well be a terrible idea, but we'll try it. It's still a bit noisy. Let's go for a 64. See what we get. Okay. And then we've got a decay time. I'm just going to pause it. Ay, caramba. It's so good. I love that. All right. That is incredibly tame. That's a 4-whole note delay. Kind of cool. Let's just try 2 whole notes. Again, I can't do maths. That's nice. Alright, so what's going on in this? We've got some dampening, bass frequency. Let's just play with the color for a minute. And now sucks. Let's go back to the 80s. High cut, low cut. Alright, let's just take some of this out in the lows. Totally don't feel. sound loses high frequency as it travels through air. So if you wanted something to sound further away, cut the high frequency. Moderation. That's weird. Yeah. That's nice. Let's just mute that for a minute. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this then. Alright, so we're going to bring the verb down a little bit. Let's have a look at what's going on. Let's just put that on natural. We're just going to we clear those lows out of it. We're not so worried about that because we're kind of filtering them out before it gets there. Just don't want the lows getting in there. We can see if this helps, but I don't know. It doesn't make a difference. Nah, I'm not just doing that. So it's just going to do that. And then we're just going to try a little bit of compression. Cool. Not really thinking about what I'm doing too much. I'd probably be more specific if I was actually working on something in particular, but take that compressor out. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's just give it a little bit of saturation. We're going to use a Cubase stock plugin, Tube. It's good with saturation to just crank it right up, see what it's doing to it. If it makes it sound really nasty, it's probably not a good idea, even if you're going to blend it in low, because it's going to still bring that nasty flavor in. Doesn't sound too bad. Yeah. kind of cool. The other thing we can do is we can go to a stereo balance this, and if we want, we could play and see if it works better if we do that. That's weird. Yeah, don't like that. Let's go off that. Alright. So we've got a little bit of that going on. It's kind of fun. I'm just going to carry that across. Don't know if it's getting anywhere near it. Alright, so let's just take that out. One thing you do with Cubase is if you stretch this up and then use the shift key, you can move this incredibly slowly. Just I don't want to use that. Let me use so there's a bit of I'm just going to level it back up for a minute. Minus 14. A little bit of 1K, and I think there's some 2K in there, so I think it's bugging me. That's better. I'm going to take too much of that. Some of the nastiness is kind of cool. Let's take the link off now. Let's try it without that. Take it out. Okay, I'm going to dial back the... let's just dial that down a little bit on the sides. So a little bit more on the sides. And probably a little bit of this too. There you go. And I'm just going to pull that down the middle. So now we're just taking about half a dB out in the middle of the channel completely on the reverb. So it's just pushing the reverb more in the width. Let's see what happens if we push a little 12K. What did that? Boost. That's right. It's going to make a difference because we've bypassed it. So that's what happens when we dial it down. I like that, because it's just catching the echo on the snare. See, so just can bring it a bit. I can't get all the way. Hear the echo on the snare? Yeah. So let's just bring that out a little bit. See? It's just bringing out that echo on the snare a little bit. It's kind of cool. Okay, because it's getting a little messy, maybe let's see, we're about 7K. Let's see if it helps to cut around 7K. I don't know if it will. Maybe it does. Yeah. Yeah, and now it's just taking a little bit of 7K out of the middle and boosting a little 7K on the sides. So it's nice, I like that. Okay, let's not mess with that anymore. So let's take that back down to where it was. That's without the reverb. Let's see if we can bring that in a little bit more. It's possibly a little nice there. Let's just take it down a little bit. So a very dry beat. If we take this out as well, that's what we started with. Now, that sounds very reverby on a totally clean track, but if you had that in an actual production, that little bit of noise wouldn't bother you so much. It's not too bad like that. Just doing anything for us? No. Okay. That's kind of cool. I'd be tempted to just go with a little Joey Sturgis, patron saint of noise, Saint Joey. Let's see where we are with this. Let's just pull a little bit. Let's turn that back up. 11.9. Okay, let's turn that up. So pull a little bit out of the that. See, I was cleaning it up slightly, just in that tricky low mid and sort of mid area. Now, if we wanted to, we could kind of say if we were right up to the like what's stop about there? Let's see what happens. Inclined to do the opposite of that, actually. Let's pull down. So I'll do that. Look at this. That's fun. It's kind of cool like that. Let's just take that out. Okay. Cool. Let me bring it back up a bit. All right. So we've got something going on. So, this is what we started with. Pretty bog standard thing. We added some, well, a lot of Decimort. And then some vintage Verb. Now, if you wanted to, you could maybe try and thicken up, let's be completely unsubtle. Let's see what happens if. So what I've done is I put this on after the fader line, so it's not feeding the Decimort. It's not making a difference to Decimort. This is feeding the main drums. Well, that's good. Let's put a slow release. Fast release. So let's take it all the way out. That's what we had before. Let's just turn it in. That's all we got, about 1%, well, 10%, sorry. 10, 12%, something like that. Take it out. A little bit concerned about those. Up a bit, actually. Maybe a bit more room to work. I think before we go, let's just a touch. So let's see. Let's have a listen. I'm just going to mute the Decimort. Alright, so that's what we're getting to. What is this set? We got this at 7, 12, 14. Let's just do a 12.5. Okay. Yeah. This is what it's actually taking out. If you click this bit. Okay, let's go a little bit more towards the mids. See if we can force this thing slightly wider. Yeah, I don't want to do too much of that. Now you can put the look ahead on. If that will do is just catch the transient more. Sure, we want to do that. So we let a little bit more for that through. So by shortening the look ahead, you'll get more immediate, like the hit of it. So it'll sound brighter, more present. If you lengthen the look ahead, it starts sounding duller, which you might want. See how the hi-hat's coming up. I go back there. Listen to the hi-hat. There's the hi-hat with a long look ahead. I'm going to dial it in, listen to what happens to that hi-hat. See how much more present it is. That's kind of nice. So listen. Let's take off that. Bypass it. That's without it. Let's go. We'll try that if you want. How should I take it out? Take quite a bit out. Let's just drop the gain. Let's just check the range. It's not too bad. Let's just put all the effects back in. I don't mind that. That's not too bad. It's probably a little bit. It's a bit present. Let's set that at what do we got? Let's say -38. We'll put this on. Dial it in. About there. Yeah. Put it back in. So it's just helping taming those things a little. Take the devil lock out. Let's just see where the peak is on this. 12.3, 12.1. That devil lock's given quite a lot of gain, so let's put it in. Yeah, so we're going up by a couple. So we might want to turn that down a bit. Even a bit more. Let's take it out. Oh, that doesn't work. That's it. What did I say before? That's just a Decimort. Let's put the drum bit in. Let me just move that. Okay, so that hi-hat is a bit annoying on the Decimort. Let's just see what a BX saturate. I'm just going to put a gentle saturation there. That's cool. I'm just going to unlink that. Gives a little bit more width. We're not taking any out of the sides and we're dropping that by 2.1. Might be a bit drastic. Let's just try 1.4. No, I like 2.1. Sound nice? Cool. So let's go back to what we had with before we started this. So let's take all these things off. So this is what we started out with. Open it to 0. Alright, it's not too bad. So the first thing we did is we added a little bit of Decimort. So we dropped that down to do that. I'll just take that off. And so now we've got some Decimort going on. We didn't like the subs, so we added a little bit of sub. And then we add some reverb. And if we strip away some of those effects, that's what we had to start with. And then we clean up the lows, bit of compression, bit of saturation, some EQ, transify. Then we added a little bit of Develop. Didn't love that with the de-essing. And then we added a little bit of saturation on that. Yeah. So, that's a bog standard, boring as you like, Cubase drum sample. And we've given a little bit of texture, a little bit of width, a little bit of tone, and a little bit of space. That's it. Good night and good noise.